Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm down here today in Portland, Texas at Northshore Country Club. This is a place that's near and dear to my heart. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon on the coast, a little bit windy, a little bit overcast, but still a great day for golf. This place I was a member of when it was a private club in the 80s. And it's near and dear to my heart because this is where I first really started wanting to get better at golf. After I joined the club, there was a few friends of mine from my hometown of Taft that were members out here, and they were older than me and really good golfers. And so on Fridays, I would play with them, and there was another young man here. I think he was about 28 years old or something like that. I forget his name, but he was on the then called the Ben Hogan Tour, and he was trying to get his pro card. And so on Fridays, we would play a foursome. And I was about a 16 handicap when I started playing out here. I could play okay, and I occasionally shot a decent score, 80, 82, something like that. But most of the time, mid to upper 80s or low 90s, but still enjoyed the game and was okay. I didn't really care that much about getting better because at the time, my favorite sport was surfing. So I was a surfer, and I played golf and went fishing as I've told you before, those were my second two favorite things to do, and I wouldn't place one of those third because they were both second to surfing. So anyway, now I play a whole lot more golf, but I'm back down here at North Shore, and like I say, I played with this group for a few years, and because I was playing with a guy that was about to be on the PGA Tour and a couple of guys from my hometown that were really good golfers, I went from in a few years, I went from a 16 handicap to a 7. And when I left the club and gave up my membership, I was about a 7, and I floated around that all the way up until 2012 when I became a Knights of Columbus and really got hooked on golf at that point. And surfing had kind of taken a back seat, so I had more time. And I really wanted to get better, and I have gotten better. My handicap right now I think is listed at 3.4. That's fairly accurate depending on the course. I'll shoot 72 par, 71 par. I've still never broken par except on 9 holes. And but never on 18, but I've shot par a lot, and I'm a pretty good golfer at this point. So back here at North Shore, I'm going to play by myself. I did have a couple of people I'd called, but it was a very short notice. I decided late this last week to come down. There's a breakfast group that meets every 6 months at a local restaurant down here. It's my high school football team, and one of my friends, Tank, he was our middle linebacker and really a great leader on the team, and a retired Hawaii PD policeman, and was there 35 years in Hawaii and Honolulu, but moved back here home, and he set up this breakfast. So I came to decided to come to the breakfast, and then I thought, heck, I'm going to go book a time at North Shore and go play golf. So that's what I'm doing. I'm about to go over to the first tee and tee off. I'm going to film my game today and talk about my game, tell you some of the my history out here at North Shore. If you ever get a chance to come play, it's a wonderful course. Come down and play. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So I'm headed off to the first tee, and I will catch y'all then. Okay, number 1 out here at North Shore, long par 5, straight into the wind. Not too bad. A little bit right, but I'm in pretty good shape down there. All right, I got about 300 to the pin. I'm gonna hit my 3-wood. Just try to get it down there somewhere out in front of the green. Try to make a good strike. All right, not terrible. We'll go down there and hit another shot. All right, gotta kind of hit that ball, kind of topped it a little bit, so I'm a little short of where I wanted to be. I got 149 yards to the pin. This is straight into about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, so I'm going to choke down a little on my 7-iron, see if I can't punch it up there on the green. All right, just want to kind of hit this straight, maybe with a little fade on it back into the wind. Just like that. That was a pretty good strike. All right, up on the green, about 20 feet from the pin. We'll go up there and see if we can make a putt. All right, unfortunately, they told me in the clubhouse that you can see out here the green's not in really good shape. They said they got struck with a fungus. It's been a year or so since I've played out here. Last time the greens were really good. In there. Oh, I just missed a birdie. All right, par on the first hole, not too bad. Hey, I just saw an old friend of mine out here, my brother's classmate. He's 4 years younger than me, named Rudy Lopez. I want to give a shout out to my friend Rudy. Great to see you. Let's play golf sometime. I'll come back down here. Love to get you on the channel. So I know you're watching on the channel and follow, and I really appreciate that, Rudy. And it's great seeing you, man. You look great. Wishing you all the best and God bless. So anyway, hope we get to play and I hope we get it on the channel. I think it'd be fun. We got lots of history together, brother. All right, so got a number 2 here. North Shore is a par 3. It's 200 straight into a 15-mile-an-hour wind. I'm gonna choke down on my 5-wood and try to cut one in, hit it up high, see if I can get it to fall back at the pin. Well, I didn't get it up high, but I did hit a good shot, fading back to the right. All right. It's possible it went in the bunker on the back of the green, but we will look when we get back there. Okay, I hit that ball a little long. I hit it lower than I wanted with my 5-wood. It was pretty good distance, but it didn't come in high and into the wind. I tried to cut it back into the wind a little bit. The wind was right to left, about 15. So I'm a little long. I'm over here in the bunker. I'm gonna go hit a bunker shot and see if I can roll it up here close. Not terrible, a little bit short. Like I say, I'm not super used to soft sand and don't like a bunch of footprints in them. So, you know, I got about probably 15 or 20 feet for this par putt. That's and this green looks really good. Looks fast and pretty smooth. This putt's gonna break to the left just a little bit. So I'm gonna hit this, try to hit this just on the right edge of the cup. See if I can line my ball up. Okay, right there. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna hit this just on the right edge and hopefully I hit it with the right speed and it goes in the hole. Love to save a par here. I'm even after one. Made a par on the first one. Let's see if I can par this hole. Here we go. Oh, that's a good putt. I didn't quite get it there, but this green is pretty fast. So I guess the greens that aren't torn up are gonna be pretty good. That was a fast green. I was afraid to hit it a little too hard, so I left it a little short, but it was really a good putt straight at the hole. Let's go see if we can make a birdie. Okay, hole number 3, dogleg left. You know, I haven't played out here in a while. It may have been a couple of years since I've played out here. And it's amazing, when I see these holes, I definitely remember the holes. This is a dogleg left. And if I remember right, you don't want to go right because you can be in those trees all along this bank. Over here is a creek. So I'm going to try to go right over this kind of Y-shaped. I don't know if you can see it. I'm assuming you can. But it's a Y-shaped mesquite tree right there in front of me. And I'm going to try to go right over the top of that. And the 150-yard stake is right out on the other side of it. So let's see if I can make a good strike, good swing, good hit, and get down there and get my birdie so I can get my stroke back. I don't like bogeying par 3s. All right, here we go. That was a pretty good hit. Oh yeah, great bounce. I hit that a little low, but really good shot. Got a good bounce to the right, so I should be down there close to the 150 marker. Should have a good shot at the green from there. I really do have a lot of great memories from out on this course. All these trees off to my right here, you can see them. I've had many a golf ball over here. I've said it before, when I was younger, I had a big slice on my driver swing, and I learned how to play that. I would the wind usually blew southeast, which would be to my left over here and blowing 15 or 20 miles an hour, you know, I could hit my big slice up into the wind left, and I was pretty good at it, and I could get it in the fairway a lot. Of course, when I missed it, it was over there in those trees, and fortunately today it's not. I am literally right here by the 150 marker, and you know, should be easy shot up to the green. We'll see how I hit my iron. But on a side note, I had another foursome I played with out here regularly through the 80s and even into the early 90s. And two of my friends that I played with, one was an older friend, Kimsey Davis. Hi, Kimsey, if you see this, hello. I know you're here in Portland. Maybe we need to come play golf sometime. We got a lot of history together. But the other two friends we played with were Glenn Burkhart and Jim Zimmerman. And both of these friends have passed away, and I really am sad about that. Glenn taught me how to surf when I was a kid. He was 5 years older than me and had a car and license, and when I was 12 years old, he started taking me to the beach, and he was a good surfer, and so was his brother David. Hey David, how you doing, buddy? And we surfed a lot together. David and I used to go to California together, and just a lot of great times. Glenn and I went on my first surf trip to California with Glenn, and it really hurt me a lot when Glenn passed away. And then my friend Jim Zimmerman, married to a Taft girl, Beth Gaden, who was a great family friend. Hey Beth, if you see this, I hope you're doing well. But those two friends have passed, and we played probably 10 years together every Saturday here and over in Sinton, Texas, my original course I grew up playing, where my grandfather took me and granddaddy took me to play golf. And anyway, just feeling very nostalgic today and remembering my lost friends and the people I used to play with out here at North Shore. So I'm gonna go hit this second shot and see if I can knock it up on the green. Okay, got a really good lie here. That was a good drive. I hit it a little low, but I got a really good bounce and it rolled out. I've got 150 exactly to the pin, and it's downwind. Like I said, the wind's blowing about 15, so I'm gonna hit my 9-iron. If I hit it good, I should be able to get it there pretty easily. Let's just try to make a good steady swing, make good contact. Wait a little back on my heels because I've been leaning forward a little too much. All right, here we go. That was pretty good. I did push it a little bit. Okay, I didn't catch that perfect. I hit it a little bit out on the toe. I lost a little bit of yardage, but I'm maybe 5 or 10 yards off the green in a little hole, false bunker there. I'm gonna have to hit my lob wedge, but I can probably get it up on the green and hopefully make a par putt. Okay, I'm down in this little false bunker down here just below the pin. I'm just barely off the green, so I'm gonna hit my lob wedge and see if I can hit a little flop shot and hopefully get it to stop. This green actually looks pretty good. The guy did say some of the greens were terrible from the fungus and some were still pretty good. This one looks really good. It's got a couple little spots, but I've got a really clean track to the pin. The greens look very good where they're good. I mean, the fungus clearly is rough in spots, but it happens. Golf course maintenance, I don't envy the job. It's difficult. I'm gonna try to hit a little flop shot. Hopefully I can get it up close and make a par. It's up on grass, nice and soft. Let's see if I can modulate my swing. Just like that. Just a light, easy swing. Really open up my face. This is probably effectively like a 75-degree wedge here. Just need to hit this nice and soft and just get it up barely on the green. Here we go. Just like that. Stick. Okay, not terrible. I got about 4 feet out. It's gonna be downhill. Looks pretty straight. It's gonna break maybe a little bit to the left. Yeah, it's definitely gonna break left because it's downhill into the wind to the hole. Usually pretty good at these putts. Let's see if I can roll this one in. All right, I'm gonna put this just on the right edge. See if I can roll this in the hole. Nice and easy, Roy. It's gonna be a fast putt right here, buddy. Go in. I didn't hit it firm enough. All right, another bogey. I'll see if I can catch up later. I made an okay putt. That really wasn't that good. I should have hit it a little more firm on the line I hit it on. If I was gonna hit it that soft, I needed to put it up the hill a little more, so it missed just to the inside, but that's my Achilles tendon. My Achilles heel is I tend to pull the ball on my putts underneath to the left. And I've really worked hard on not doing that, but I still do it. So that's golf. All right, this is a par 4 dogleg right. I remember this hole when I was younger because I hit, like I said, a big slice. And I'm not gonna slice this, but I'm gonna fade it. It's a dogleg right, but down past these palm trees on the right, there's a pond down there that you can't see. Kind of goes all the way up to the green. So I'm gonna try to hit this down the left side and just bend it back to the right just a little bit. See if I can pull this off. That looks pretty good. All right, good hit. Hopefully that's dry and I get a good second shot. Okay, I ended up a little bit right of where I wanted to be, but not in a bad spot. I got a pretty good lie. It's uphill. Got 175 to the green, but it's downwind. So I'm gonna hit a full 7-iron. If I hit it good, I should be able to get it there pretty easily. Come on, Roy, good strike, buddy. Just like that, I pulled it just a little bit. Oh, I hit the sand trap on the left side of the green, but that was a really good hit. I might have knocked that over the green if I'd have hit it at the pin. I hit it so good. And I just pulled it just a little bit. The ball went straight, but I did pull it slightly. Okay, just on the green, just on the green side bunker, just above the pin here. A lot of bad green out here right on the downhill side of this pin, but up here where I'm gonna chip to is pretty good shape. And it's a little downhill, so I'm gonna have to land this ball. I'm gonna have to hit it up pretty high and get it to land right on the edge of the green, if not slightly in the first cut, and should roll down to the pin. So let's see if I can get a good sand shot. These bunkers actually have sand in them, so I'm not completely used to that, but I'm usually pretty good out of the sand, and hopefully I'm not bragging and blade this across the green. Hopefully I can get it just up by the pin. Here we go. That's pretty good, a little too far, but not terrible. Anyway, like I say, I'm not used to this soft sand. This is pretty nice bunker sand in here. I'm usually hitting out of pretty hard dirt, but no excuses. I just hit it a little bit too hard. Just need to get a little more used to hitting out of this soft sand. Now I got to make a putt. I'm not going to move the camera. I'm going to roll this putt right by the camera and hopefully it goes in the hole. Okay, here we go. Just uphill. Got to go across a minefield, plus they spike the greens. This should be challenging. See how close I can get it. I'm about 30 feet from the pin. Should see the ball come right by the camera. Right there. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. All right. That was a good putt. It bounced 3 times, about a foot off the ground. And that's cool. I'm having fun. Right, this hole is a dog leg left, and it always was trouble for me as a kid. This is one I could really use a draw on. I'm gonna try to hit a low draw, and hopefully I can. There's plenty of room to the right. I don't want to overhook this ball because it'll be in trouble. Let's see if I can make a good strike and get it to draw around the corner. Nope, went straight. A little bit right. Should be okay. Not terrible, still in the right side of the fairway. Just leaked off to the right a little bit. I didn't get it to turn over, which has been my problem my whole life, but I'm gonna keep working on it. Okay, while I'm waiting on the green, I got a quick story on this hole. Like I said, this hole is a dogleg left. It's 400 yards from the blue tees, so I hit a pretty good drive. It's a little bit on the right side of the fairway, but not bad. I've got 150 straight into the wind, so I'm gonna choke down on my 7-iron and try to hit it in there low. But my quick story is I shanked my drive, so about 150 yards, and it was a little bit more probably. I think I had like 220 or 230 to the green into the wind. So I had a 3-wood and there was people on the green putting, and my friend Glenn said, "Oh, go ahead and hit. You can't hit your dang 3-wood that far." So I went, "Yeah, you're right. I can't hit it that far in the wind." So I lined up and I struck that ball, and I mean, I peppered it. I hit it perfect and nice and low into the wind. Not much spin, and it hit on the ground out 30, 40 yards from the green and rolled all the way up, and there was a guy putting, and it hit him in the side of the foot. And I mean, I could tell he was furious. And I told my friend Glenn he had to go down there and say he did it and apologize to the guy. And he did, and the guy kind of cussed him out, but I think it was okay in the end. But it was pretty funny because I think that may be the best 3-wood I've ever hit in my life. I could have never done that in a million more tries, but I did it that day. All right, green's clear. Let's see if I can hit this 7-iron down nice and low and get it up on the green. I'm gonna choke down just about 1 inch. I'm gonna try to hit this pretty straight. Here we go. That's pretty good. I did a little bit of pull left again, and I'm in the bunker again. Boy, I'm really finding the bunkers today, but good news is, in a few more of these, I ought to be able to hit out of this soft sand pretty good. All right, this green's in terrible shape, but if I fly the ball out of the sand up here far enough around the pin, it's in pretty good shape. I just got to get it past this kind of dead zone up here. So anyway, somebody's waving at me to go through, but I'm gonna let them keep going because I'm out here filming for the channel and I don't want to slow anybody up. So anyway, I'm gonna go down here and hit this bunker shot. Hopefully I hit a good one. I got a really good lie. I can probably swing at this pretty good because I've got about 30 hit that sand and got a face full of sand, but I did get it up here pretty close. I'm gonna set the camera back up and hopefully we can make a putt. All right, here we go. I know this is still recording. There you are. Okay, still there. Let's see if we can make a putt without the camera blowing over. I got about 5 or 6 feet here to finish this up. See if I can make a par putt. In there. All right, finally made a par. Now we need some birdies to get those strokes back. All right, this is a long par 5, dog leg to the right, 500 and I think it's 505 yards. This is set up pretty good for me. I'm gonna hit a fade. I'm gonna try to hit it pretty straight down the middle, get it to go to the right just a little bit. Not too far right because there's a sand trap down there. Just gonna try to make a good strike, keep it a little bit low into the wind. Here we go. That was too low, but I really hit it firm, so I kind of topped that ball, still rolling. That was a terrible drive, but it is in the fairway, so I hit on top of it. I was trying to hit a stinger, keep the ball low, and I just hit it too low. It's called a worm burner. Anyway, I'll go try to make a better shot on my second shot. All right, I topped that ball pretty bad. I got it about 200 yards, so I've still got 300 to the pin. There's water all on the left here, pond. I'm gonna hit my 3-wood. I think I can carry the water and just kind of get it to bleed off to the right a little bit, but I don't want it to go too far right because of the trees. So I need a really solid strike here, straight into the wind. Actually, the wind's blowing off my left shoulder, so it's left to right. Pin's way back on an elevated green, so I'm gonna hit it straight at the water, and hopefully I carry the water, and I'm in a good position for my third shot. Just like that. Okay, that was a good one. Sit down, ball. Okay, I'm in good shape down there. Should have a pretty easy shot at the green on my third shot. All right, I got 120 straight into the wind. I'm gonna hit my 9-iron. This wind's blowing pretty good, and it's coming off the bay, which is right below this green. Down there is the Corpus Christi Bay. And the wind comes up that hill and blows over this green, so I'm gonna have to hit a pretty good 9-iron just to get it there. Let's see if I can do it. That's pretty good. Be right. All right, I hit that a little long. I hit that really good. It was a little lower than I wanted. If it had been a little higher, a little more spin, probably would have stayed on the green, but I'm only about a foot off the back of the green, so let's go make a good putt. Just off the back of the green up here. This is straight downhill to the pin, so even though I'm just off the green, I'm gonna putt this. It's gonna be really fast. There's a bunch of bumps out here, so it's gonna be a hard putt to make, but let's see if we can roll it close. Okay, down the hill, down the hill, down the hill for a par. So I didn't even really try to make that. That's the way it goes. I try to make it, it doesn't go in. I just hit it, trying to get it back, you know, get it out there close to the pin, and it goes in. I don't know. I guess I should quit trying, and maybe my putts will go in all the time. All right, got a little par 3, number 7, 164 to the pin. It's kind of left to right wind, but also behind me. If I get it up, it looks pretty calm here, but if I get it up over these trees, should fall back to the right. I'm gonna hit my 8-iron. This is just a full 8-iron for me. So if I hit it good, I should get it down there. And I hit it on the toe. I got it down there pretty close anyway. I didn't get it all the way, but it's close. So not terrible, I just towed it a little. I do lose a little bit of yardage when I hit it on the toe. That's my miss. So not terrible, not a great shot, but okay. All right, just downhill of the green. Missed it just a little bit. I'm just gonna hit my 50 and try to roll it up close. Need a good little chip, get it up to make my par. Just like that. Sit down, ball. Okay. Well, these greens are fast when they're not bumpy. That went downhill to the right, so ended up a little farther than I wanted. This ball's gonna break to the left just a little. See if I can roll it in. Turn. Right there, baby. Nice par. Okay, that wasn't bad. That was a good putt. Right, another dog leg to the right. This is a little over 400 yards. I forget how many dog legs to the right there are out here, which is set up wonderfully for my ball because I hit a natural fade. Real easy for me to hit a fade, hard for me to hit a draw. But this one's set up perfectly. I'm gonna just let this one rip. If I hit a good drive, I should be inside the 150 marker. So let's just see if I can make a good strike. It's downwind, no excuses. That was a great drive, best drive today. Right in the vein, perfect. You know, that drive I just hit is a perfect example of what I should do every swing. I didn't swing real hard, I just tried to smooth it down the middle. I hit that ball absolutely perfectly straight, right down the center of the fairway. And it's probably long. I'm gonna guess that drive's probably 270, 280. Really good drive. It's real hard out here, so I'm sure it rolled another 20 or 30 yards. And anyway, real happy with that drive. Gave me a good setup to hit it into the pin. A really good drive. I actually drove it through the fairway a little bit, but I got up on top of this hill, got a pretty good lie, got 130 yards to the pin, kind of downwind. The wind's kind of off my right shoulder, a little bit right to left, but I'm gonna hit my pitching wedge, and if I hit it good, I should be able to get it there. Nice smooth swing, just like the drive. I'm gonna hit this up to the right because I tend to draw my pitching wedge for whatever reason. So hopefully I'll make a good strike. Here we go. Just like that. All right, on the green. All right, I forget how long this green was, but I've got quite the putt. It's probably 40, I haven't measured it, but about 45 feet. It's gonna break from right to left, so I just need to hit a good lag here. Hopefully set myself up for a par. Probably gonna go pretty straight until it gets up close to the pin, and then it's definitely gonna break to the right. Green looks pretty good. There's a few bad spots out there about 20 feet, so need to hit it firm enough to roll it over that. Just like that. Come on, ball, keep rolling. Break right, break right. All right, it did. It broke a little right, but I just didn't get it to the end. Full golf course. See if I can roll this putt just for grins. Roll in there. Pull it left, so I pushed it right. All right, another bogey, but that's okay. I'm having a good time today. I have not played this course in a while, so just re-familiarizing myself. Okay, this is number 9. It is a hard dog leg right, 90 degrees down at the end. I'm gonna hit it at the 150 marker. I'm choked down just a little bit. See if I can get this down there just inside the 150 marker. Maybe have about 120, 130 downwind to the pin. All right, good swing, Roy. Just like that. I pulled it just a little bit, but that's gonna be fine. I am not in the water. There's water on the left, and then there's water straight down at the end of the fairway, so I pulled that a little bit, but pretty good drive. All right, that ball actually faded back to the right. I pulled it a little left, but it faded back to the right. I'm inside the 150 marker, kind of where I was aiming. I thought I'd pulled it a little more left to here, but it had a little fade, and when it hit the ground, it came back to the right a little bit. I've got 138 yards to the pin. I'm gonna hit my 9-iron, it's downwind. So I just need to make a good strike. And there's a bunker right in front of the pin, so I hope I'm not in the bunker again, but I've been in enough. I ought to be good out of this soft sand by the end of the day. Anyway, let's see if we can get this up on the green. And I hit it fat. Man, I hit that straight. All right, well, it's not in the bunker. Okay, hit that a little fat, short of the green. Let's go see if I can make a chip up to the green. It's an elevated green, so I'm gonna try to hit a lob shot and then hopefully have a good putt. I got a good lie here for a flop shot. I've got a bunker right in front of me. And then I've got about 20 feet of green before the pin, so I'm gonna have to hit a good lob shot, land it just short of the pin, let it run out just a little bit. Here we go. Hit it too hard. Boy, it stopped. I mean, that thing took one bounce and stopped. I just hit it a little bit too hard. So I got a pretty flat putt back at the pin, looks like about 12 feet or so. I got about a 20-foot putt, kind of downhill. It's gonna break to the left. This green's pretty bad shape. Get lucky and roll it in. Should break to the right normally, but with all this wind, I think it's gonna break left a little. See if I can hit it good speed. I gotta get it over all these bumps right here. Here we go. Go in the hole, baby, go in. Boy, that was a good putt. I just missed it a little bit. But anyway, not too bad this 9 holes. I was nowhere near par. I think I bogeyed 4 at least. I'll have to go back and look at the video because I'm not counting. I'm just out here having a good time today. Okay, just finished up the front 9, and I didn't play fantastic, but Nobody's probably noticed this, but I've changed my swing once again a little bit. What I've done is I'm taking a little bit more vertical swing, trying to get my wrist in a better position to turn the club head down at the top, and then drop my hands a little more straight down, and not really an inside out swing, more of just a straight good stroke at the ball, trying to come a little bit from inside to out. I know when I go back and look at these videos, I'm going to show that I'm coming over the top a little bit. So, you know, it is what it is. It's pretty windy today. Sometimes in the gym I'm a little bit foolish. I just can't help it. It's old habits, hard to break, just like my golf swing. But I squatted last week on Thursday, and I probably squatted a little bit too heavy in the gym. And this weekend my right lower back has been kind of tender, and it's still kind of tender now. And I don't know, it's not affecting my swing that much, but it is a little bit. So I'm not playing super great, but I am having a blast. This is a wonderful course, even with the greens being pretty bad. They're, you know, have these dead spots from the fungus, and then they've spiked the greens all over pretty deep, big spikes. I'm sure they're struggling to get the greens back, and I wish them luck on that. This is really a wonderful layout. This back nine is a lot of holes. I think there's 4 holes down on the water on the bayfront. I'm going to show you that when I get down there. It's really pretty gorgeous, and you'll see that shortly. So I'm about to tee off on number 10. I'm going to let these guys that are behind me go through because they're pushing me, and I'm just not in a hurry today. I want to relax and have a good time and hopefully hit a few good shots, but really just out here enjoying this great course, Northshore Country Club in Portland, Texas. Got lots of friends live down here. My brother still lives over in Taft, but he was busy with my niece, his daughter, today. So anyway, we'll catch you on the tee box in just a minute. One of the things I forgot is this is an interesting course in the fact that number 1 and number 10 are long par 5s. You don't really see par 5s on the first hole a lot. There are courses that do have par 5s on number 1 for sure, sometimes both, but this one's 570 yards. It's a long par 5. I've got lots of room out here. I'm just gonna try to hit a good drive, hopefully down the middle. And let's get it down there and get in a position to make a good second shot. All right, here we go. Boy, I peppered that one. That was a great drive. Little fade back into the wind, right down in the fairway. That was really good. Yeah, like I said, I needed to pick up. I had to cut off in mid-speech there because there's people behind me, people in front of me, people behind me, and I'm trying to film and keep this moving. So I did hit that 2-iron pretty good. I flushed it. I hit the ball first, but then I took a pretty good chunk and hit it a little fat after, so I didn't get the distance I really wanted, but it's down here really close to the water. I got it down here, and I think I got about 100 yards to the green from where I'm at. Let's see what it is. I'm about to pull up right now. 190, it's 98 yards from the pin. So I'm gonna set up and try to hit a good shot in on the green. All right, I got 98 yards. The green's a little bit above where I'm standing, but I hit that 2-iron about 215 maybe, something like that. So not bad. I'm gonna hit my pitching wedge, which is a 130-yard club, and I'm, like I say, 98, but straight into the wind. And I use a softball and it spins a lot, so I'm gonna hit this pretty hard, and hopefully I get the distance right. All right, here we go. Hit it fat again. To the right, I'm gonna have to chip up. Hopefully chip it close and make my par putt. All right, I've got, you can see here, it's just a little uphill to the green, maybe 30 yards to the pin. I don't know why I'm hitting it fat today. The ground is extremely hard and dry, and that's usually my favorite conditions to play out of. When it's like that, I rarely hit the ball fat because the ground's so hard. But today I'm hitting a little bit behind the ball. One of the things I'm doing on my swing is instead of making my turn and bringing the club back this way, I'm trying to go up a little more. So this arm passes up and across my chest a little bit higher. And I'm gonna look at that on film and we'll see if I'm actually doing that. I feel like I'm doing it, but it does change the dynamics of my swing. So let's see if I can hit a good 58. This is my lob wedge. Need to land this about 25 yards and let it release. Here we go. I hit that fat too. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna have to stop doing that. I'm gonna drop another ball and try that again. Just out here playing, practicing. I need to hit better than this. I'm not hitting very well. Let me try that one more time, see if I can do a little bit better job. There we go. Okay, that was the shot. I did pull it just a little bit, but it's roughly pin high, so not terrible. Just need to keep practicing. That's what you got to do if you want to get better. All right, I picked my first shot up just because these guys behind me are pushing me a little bit. I just wanted to make a couple of putts. This is really a good green. It doesn't, it's got like one or two little dead spots on the fringe, but out here it's pretty nice, and I bet this rolls pretty fast. So let's see if I can make a good putt here. Got about 10 feet to the hole. Okay, I pushed that one. I got one more chance. Here we go. That's a better putt. Boom, bah. Yeah, if you hit it straight at the hole, it goes in a lot of times. How about that? Okay, this is number 13, 125 yards straight into the wind. I'm hitting my pitching wedge, and I hit this okay. I'm recorded this in slow motion because I wanted to watch my left arm and see if it was in fact coming up a little bit higher across my chest, and I'm happy to say it did. As you'll hear on the putt up here when I'm back recording my voice, I didn't know if I'd hit a pretty good shot, but I think this is pretty good. I hit it on the toe a little bit, but it's on the green and I have a birdie putt, so I'm not going to complain too much. All right, I hit that last shot. I filmed it in slow motion. I don't think I made a very good swing, but when I get back to the editing studio, I'll check it out and see what's happening. I'm not filming much in slow motion today. I just kind of want to play full speed and just kind of watch what I'm doing. But I got about a 30-foot putt, a little uphill, breaking to the left just a little bit. Pretty bumpy, but let's see if I can get it up there close. Turn. That stayed pretty straight, and whoo, are these greens fast sometimes. Let's hit this and see if it goes in. Look at there. I just walked up and hit that. I didn't even hardly take my time or aim, and it went in the hole. I swear when I focus, I can't make a putt, and when I just hit it, it goes in. Yeah, this is really a beautiful course down here on the bay. We're about to get out on the bay. This little creek right here actually runs through this part of the course and down around. That's Reynolds Aluminum and OxyChem. Some big plants over there, Chenier. So those are right on the ship channel and over in Ingleside, near Naval Air Station Ingleside. And you got a lot of big ships and barges coming into those plants, but Corpus Christi Bay is right over that direction. Those houses up in front of us are right on the bluff, and below that is the water. And there's a par 3 that goes down to the water, and then there's a par 5 and a par 4 on the water. Really beautiful holes. This is a beautiful area. See lots of rabbits and some deer and everything out here. There's a rabbit right over there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but he's just right down there on the back side of this hole. Little cottontail. There he goes. How about that? I mentioned rabbits and one shows up. Anyway, this is another one of the holes that I had trouble with as a kid, you know, as a young man in my 20s when I was playing out here. This is another dogleg left, and it's a pretty quick dogleg to the left. Normally I would go straight over these trees on the right, but the trees on the left, and try to cut it out in the fairway. And you know, if I was out here trying to score, that's probably what I'd do, but I'm gonna actually try to hit a draw. I'm gonna start it out right at these big homes, straight in front of me, just to the left of those carts out there when they move, and I'm gonna hit a shot. And I'm gonna try to draw this around the corner. I haven't been very effective at that lately, but I'm gonna try it, see if I can hit a draw around the corner. Be really nice if I could pull that off, and we're gonna try. Got a lot of room out there in front of me and back to the right, so if I hit a bad shot, I'll still be able to hit another shot. But we're gonna try to hit a big draw. All right, let's see if we can get this draw working today. Well, I didn't hit a draw and I pulled it a little, but it's a good shot and it's out in the middle of the fairway, right about the 150 marker. So it worked out fine, but I didn't hit a draw. That ball actually faded just a little bit, but pretty good drive. I hit it pretty straight. I did hit it left just a little bit because I wanted to draw it up over these trees on the left around the corner, and it faded a little bit. So it's out in the middle of the fairway by the 150 marker. If I'd have hit a big draw, it'd be down there about 60 yards off the green, but I didn't pull that off, so we'll keep trying. All right, I've got, let's see, what do I have? I have 160 yards to the pin, straight into the wind. I'm gonna hit my 6-iron and try to knock it down a little bit, hit it in there low, and hopefully I can make a good shot and get it up there on the green. Here we go. Boy, I hit that good. I pulled it a little bit. Little pull hook. It stayed on the green. It's just 40 feet left of the pin, so got a long putt, but got a birdie putt. Okay, there's Corpus Christi Bay right out there. I'll hold the camera up. We're gonna be out there in just a minute. There's a little par 3 right over here across the road, and I'm gonna play that. It's got about 50 or 60 feet down to the green from the tee box. Then you got a par 5 and a par 4 down the bayfront here, beautiful holes. This green is really torn up. You can see the fungus is really eating this green up. There's my ball right there. I don't know, I'm 30 feet from the pin. Not as bad as I thought, but anyway, you can see out here, it's gorgeous except for the refineries and the chemical plants over there. Not beautiful. But this area, this creek is dammed up over here by the par 3, and it's a beautiful area. There's lots of fish in that creek, by the way, but I'm gonna set this up and see if I can roll this putt up there anywhere close to the pin. It's pretty bumpy, but I'm gonna hit a little putt. We'll see if we can get it up there close. All right, don't focus, just hit it. Just like that. Watch it go in. Boy, that was a good putt with all the bumps. I went by about a foot or two, but pretty darn good putt across this green without really focusing much on putting today. All right, there you go, Corpus Christi Bay. Boy, I have caught a lot of fish out in front of this creek right here, over on that island across the way. The harbor's right down there where the ships and the Naval Air Station Ingleside is back over there. And then Port Aransas is that way. You can see kiewit over there near the island. I don't know if y'all can see those real tall cranes. Those are superstructures for oil. Those are big cranes. That's not a building, those are cranes up in the air that build these gigantic submersible oil platforms for the Gulf of Mexico. They build them right out there. And then, you know, this is kind of an industrial area. This is an interesting hole because right back here where this dam is, there used to be a road across to the other side, and the tee box for this hole was actually right over there. And then you hit back across the water to get to the green, which is down here, but they've moved the tee box clearly and reconfigured this hole, but it's still a beautiful hole, and the green down there looks absolutely terrible, but I'm gonna try to hit a good shot and we'll see what happens. All right, I got 128 yards to the pin, kind of straight into the wind, although it's a little bit left to right. So I'm gonna try to fade this ball. I'm gonna hit it just on the left side of the green. I'm gonna hit my 9-iron, try to hit it up into the wind and let it fall back to the right just a little bit. Let's see if I can pull that off. Not fading. Okay, that hung out to the left a little, but I'm just left of the green. You know, I can't see the ball, but I think there's a little room over there. Hopefully it didn't go down the hill into the water, but we'll know when we get over there. All right, barely stayed on. If it had been any more to my left, I didn't have any fade on that ball. It just went straight. I almost knocked it off of this little, right behind the camera is a dip, and it goes down into that creek. So if I'd have hit it any more left, I'd be wet. But I can pretty good here. I'm hitting my 50. Yep, hitting my 50. my approach wedge, gap wedge, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to see if I can knock this in. I'm going to hit this aggressively at the pin. Hopefully it doesn't go too far because there's no grass on the other side. Hit it too hard. I did have a little checkup on that, but you know, it's out in the sand. There's no grass past the pin. It's just sand back there. I'm going to pick my ball up. These guys are pushing me again. Get on up to the next tee box. Yeah, you can see this green. Boy, they really did have a fungus hit this one. Look at this. My ball's sitting right in the sand past the pin, so I'm not going to putt this. This green's terrible, but I'm still really having a great time today. Okay, I can tee off now, and in honor of my younger years, I'm going to try to hit a big slice. I'm not going to aim too far out over the water because I don't honestly think I can slice it that far anymore. But I am going to try to hit a slice, not a fade. So I'm going to aim out just left of that big palm tree down there. See if I can get this thing to slice back into the fairway. Ball's a little bit above my feet, so I'm going to open up the club face a little. I'm going to swing really hard, which will help me on a slice. And let's see if I can slice this thing back into the fairway. I did it. Boy, that's really good. Hit that hill. Oh yeah. Back down. Wow, I hit that hard slice, went all the way, hit on the fairway, bounced up this hill, rolled across the cart path, back down the hill, and it's back in the fairway. That was a really good shot. I couldn't have done it any better when I was 25 years old. Out here, that fence right there didn't used to be there. It was just all that grass, and if I oversliced my ball, we would end up, my friends too, we would end up over in this area. But not today. I hit it. It came up over this little mound right here, went up on the cart path, right here up on top of that hill, right above the cart path, and then it rolled back down the hill to right there in the fairway. So that was a really good hit. I've got 266 yards to the pin, and in honor of my 92 foot, I think it was a 92 foot eagle putt, I'm gonna hit my 3-wood from 266 and try to do the same thing over. Let's see if I can repeat history. You know, this bayfront really is gorgeous here, Corpus. It's not a clear day. If it was clear, straight out across there, you could see downtown Corpus Christi. And they built a new bridge across the harbor. Corpus is one of the, I think it's the 5th deepest port in the United States. It's a deep water port. It's now deeper and it's got a bigger bridge. And they can bring, I believe now, super tankers in. Used to, they couldn't bring them in. The channel, I think, is 65 feet deep. So they could bring the ships in for depth, but the bridge wasn't tall enough. So the ships literally couldn't make it underneath the bridge. They were so tall. Now we got a bigger bridge. I think these super tankers can get into port. I haven't seen one, but it's a gorgeous bridge. I wish you guys could see downtown. It's really a beautiful view from here. All these homes out here on the bluff, they really got a really good view. And anyway, I'm just really loving these holes today. This one in particular, because this was one of my favorite holes in all of golf and still is. It's a beautiful hole. I wish the course was in a little better shape, and it looks like the pin is way back on the back of the green again. So, you know, I'm gonna get a chance for, hopefully I can hit my 3-wood up on the green, 260 yards. And if I don't hit it that far, there's a big creek gut in front of the green, and if I don't hit it good, it's going to go down in there and I'm going to lose my ball. So I hope I can hit a really good shot, and I hope I have a 92 foot putt again and I can make an eagle one-handed. I'm going to try it. Another thing about this hole that's interesting is you can see out there, I'm sure you can see that okay, you see where those little waves are breaking out kind of in front of that tower? When it's real low tide, that's a sandbar that'll stick out of the water. And I've literally been down in the water on that sandbar and went out there and hit a shot before. You can't do it now because the tide's real high, but at low tide, you can hit out there if you hit it out there. Anyway, that's it. The green's clear. I'm gonna set up and hit this shot. All right, here goes my 3-wood. Try to get it up on the green, 265 to the pin. I'm gonna have to hit this about 240 to carry that canyon. Hopefully I make a good swing. and good strike, good contact, all the good stuff. Here we go. Nope, didn't do it. I'm gonna drop another ball real quick. All right, I want to try that one more time. That ball is lost. I hit it over in the canyon. Here we go. That was better. Go ball. All right, I didn't make it on the green, but I got it across. I got a little uphill chip to the pin. Pin's way in the back. Actually, the green goes back down that hill. When I made that long putt, my ball was right over there in the corner. The pin was over the hill at the bottom of the green, which you can't see right now. They've got the pin right on the top of that ridge. But I'm gonna hit my 50. It's into the grain, so gotta make real good contact with this. I'm gonna try to get it to stop right up there by the pin. That's pretty good. Roll, baby. All right, I had it, it was going uphill, so I probably got 10 or 12 feet left to the pin. Not terrible. I could have hit that a little harder, given I hit into this little hill and it checked up a couple times and I just didn't get the rollout that I wanted, but not terrible. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I got about 18 feet to the pin. Pretty good green, not many bumps, so I got a pretty good line to the pin up there. Let's see if I can make a little putt. Here we go, Roy. Hit a good stroke. No, I didn't hit that near hard enough. Boy, I had that on a good line. Oh my goodness. Try that one more time. These guys behind me are yelling at me, but oh well, I can't go anywhere anyway. There's people in front of me. That was better. That was a perfect speed. Broke a little left. I pulled it just a little bit. That's golf. All right, I can hit my driver on this hole. This is a par 4. I got 296 to the water. There's a canyon at the end of this fairway. You can probably see those carts way down there maybe, but there's a canyon right there where those carts are, and it runs all the way to the right. So I could hit a driver if I hit it perfect. I could hit it up to 275, 280. But if I didn't stop it just right, it would go in that canyon. So instead, I only got to get to the 150 marker to have a shot at the green. And that's a little over 200 yards, you know, like 220, 230. I'm gonna hit my grandfather's 2-iron again. That's why I brought it with some of these holes, just to be able to hit it and see if I can hit it. This is a tiny little blade. I really don't know how I grew up playing with these or how he played with them, but he did. So I'm gonna hit this 2-iron again and see if I can hit it, get it just down there in the fairway, about 230, 240. Should have a good shot at the green from there. Boy, I hit that good. Oh my goodness. This thing feels so good when you hit it. Wow, I really hit that good. I probably hit that ball. I don't know, I'm gonna have to shoot it. So we're 352 from the pin right here. I'm gonna measure this and see how far I hit this 2-iron. But I hit it really good. Okay, I hit that 2-iron 242 yards. That's a pretty good 2-iron. I'm gonna hit my gap wedge. I got a little over 100 yards. It's downwind. Hopefully I make a good strike and get this up on the green. Don't wanna be short, there's a canyon there. Good strike, Roy, here we go. That was pretty good, right at the pin. Oh wow, I hit it too good. All right, just over the green, but I'm pretty handy. I can probably putt from there. I might try to chip it in, but pretty good shot. All right, you see this is a little canyon right here in front of the green. I actually forgot about the one that's behind the green. I've actually hit it over this green many times. I'm gonna walk up here to where my ball is. I was a little long. Ball landed on the green, but I hit it a little bit too far. I probably should have hit my sand wedge, which is a 54, but I hit my gap wedge, which is a 50. But this canyon, it's not a canyon, it's a little creek bed, runs all the way around this green. It's almost like an island green, but I've definitely hit it too far before and been down in there. And you're not gonna get your ball back. Anyway, so here's my ball right here. I'm gonna hit my lob wedge and try to just chip it up there really close to the green. And then I'll try to make a putt. But this is carpet grass, actually, St. Augustine, so I shouldn't, it's real hard to hit fat in this stuff. I chip on it at my house in my backyard, so I'm not gonna make any excuses if I don't hit this good, but I shouldn't hit it bad. I should hit this good because I chip on St. Augustine all the time. All right, here we go. That was pretty good. Go in the hole. All right, you can see that's about 2 feet from the pin. I'm just gonna walk up there and pick it up. But anyway, this has been a great experience playing down here on Corpus Christi Bay. You can see it out there. It's really a gorgeous spot. And back in its heyday, this course was perfect. Like these greens would be rolling 12, 13. Super good shape. The fairways were gorgeous. But when the S&L crash hit in the 80s and then a few other problems, mid to late 80s, this company that owned this went bankrupt. It was bought by Country Clubs of America, which I was a member of, and that was really a great time for me because I got to play courses in all kinds of places in other states. California, Torrey Pines, Vista, which is a great course in San Diego, public course, one of the best I've ever played. I got to play in Phoenix, Arizona, and Houston, and just with CCA, if you had a CCA membership, I could just go out there and walk on the course and they would give me a tee time, and if I walked, it was free. I didn't even pay to play. You only had to pay for a cart. But anyway, that's it. I'll show you me, but we're gonna say goodbye to the bayfront and go finish up the course. I gotta get back on the road to Austin, and we'll catch y'all on the next hole. Okay, well, I made a mistake. Number 16, I thought turned back up the hill and was back toward the clubhouse, but we got another hole on the water. I forgot about this par 3. It's 195 yards down there. You really got to kind of land in front, you know, hit it 180 or so to clear all this, you know, hazard area. And if you pull it left, hazard. If you go too long, hazard. So I just remember back in the day loving these holes. They're challenging, beautiful holes. This is the last hole because down there, where those people are walking out on the green, once you get just past the green there, it turns back to the right, and we're gonna go back up the hill and off the bayfront. But these homes down here on the water, they're really beautiful homes. I don't blame these folks for wanting to live here. This bayfront is gorgeous at certain times of the year. In the summer, it gets hot and windy, it's very humid, but in the fall and the winter, the southeast wind is blowing straight at us right now. And that's a predominant wind down here most of the year, even in the winter, southeast wind. But when these fronts come through and blow out of the north or northwest, northeast, these homes, it's all protected down here. And it can be real calm. And when it's a cool, crisp day, 50 to 65 degrees in the winter, fall, spring, I mean, this course was just unbelievable. I remember playing down here on the bayfront when it was nice and cold and crisp, 55 to 65 degrees and no wind. Just this bayfront here, this Corpus Christi Bay would be slick like a mirror. And I mean, birds feeding, fish jumping. It was just a gorgeous, gorgeous place at certain times of the year. And I really do miss it down here. I'm from the coast and I grew up here surfing and fishing. I've fished all over this whole area with my dad, my brother, and other family members and friends. And I just love the coast. I'm a water person. I love the water. Austin has lakes, but it's not the same as the ocean. I don't know, I could be stressed out and I'd grab my surfboard and go to the beach and I'd paddle out in the surf and go surfing by myself. Seen many a shark swim by me, dolphins, turtles, Portuguese man-o-war, been stung many times by all kinds of things. Never a stingray though, no stingray stings. been real fortunate about that because they hurt. But the water was very calming for me always, and that's one of the reasons I love surfing is anytime I had a problem, I'd just go paddle out in the ocean and it just went away. So anyway, I'm gonna hit this ball right here and hopefully get it up. All right, I haven't hit my 5-iron today and I got 196 downwind. So if I hit this good, it'll go that far. I can definitely hit my 5-iron out to 200 yards, especially when it's wind assisted. So hopefully I'll make a good swing and a good strike. Here we go. Pretty good. All right, hopefully that's up on the green. All right, I pulled this ball just a little bit and it's just off the green down this hill. I almost hit my putter that I left laying there. Boy, this is a beautiful green. There's not a single dead spot on this whole green. It is actually gorgeous. This is how the green used to look out here. Just really smooth, really perfect. I got a little bit of a putt here left for my par, but I'm not that worried about it. Let's see if I can make it. Look at that, right in the hole. I don't know, I gotta quit worrying so much about putting and just hit it in the hole, because when I do that, it just goes in. All right, easy par. Okay, gonna say goodbye to the bayfront. Bye-bye, Corpus Christi Bay. I will see you down the road. All right, 366 yard par 4. This is a dog leg left. Green's elevated down there. There's a fairway bunker right in the middle of the fairway. I'm gonna try to fade this. I'm gonna hit this right at the bunker and try to fade it just a little right because there's room over there. And let's see if I can pull that off. Just like that. Oh, that's a good hit. Wow, I hit that perfectly straight. It went over the bunker. I should have a really good shot at the pin from there. That was an excellent drive. I did hit that perfect. All right, I hit that drive exactly 280 yards. So I've got just a little easy chip up here, 70 yards to the green, 75 maybe. I'm gonna hit my lob wedge because that's not a full swing, but about 3/4. I'm gonna try to hit down on this ball and get it to spin, land it by the pin and get it to stop, hopefully. All right, here we go. Just like that, good baby. All right, that was really a good shot. That's gonna be close. I don't know how close. I'm gonna guess 10 or 15 feet, but I hit that really good. All right, okay, I got about, I don't know, 20 feet to the pin. I was a little shorter than I thought. And I also forgot that this thing drops off to the road back behind this pin, so I'm glad I didn't hit it any farther because I have been down in that road before many, many times. Okay, good putt here. Here we go. Hit it too hard. Nope, that was actually really good. Slightly uphill. Pulled it a little bit, but that was a really good putt. And that was an easy par right there. So having a lot of fun today out here at Northshore Country Club in Portland, Texas. I thought I would show you this real quick. There's that elevated green coming in from the fairway over there. And this is the drop off right here down to the cart. I have been in this street many, many, many times because I bladed an iron or just hit it too far. And now you're down here and got to take a drop. All right, number 18. All right, all right, all right. Well, me doodle, I swanee. Got to get those old words in, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is the 18th tee box right here. I'm going to show you down here. This is a pretty straight hole. It's a little bit of a dog leg down there on the end. You got this water in front, but it's a wide open fairway. It's a 555 yard par 5. It's really probably the easiest par 5 out here because it's so wide open. There's no real hazard if you can clear this water. And this hole has a special place in my heart, really, because I didn't live in this row of houses right here. You can see these homes right here. I lived across the street about 400 yards down there, closer to the green, almost to the green, and across the street over there, that's where I lived. And I was in the insurance business, and a lot of days during the week, I would shut down the office at like 2 or 3 o'clock. I would come home from my office, get my golf clubs, walk across the street and through, there was a vacant lot up there. I'm sure there's a house on it now, but through the vacant lot, out in the middle of the, about 150 yards, 130 yards from the 18th green, and I would drop a ball and hit up on the green, go make my putt or two, and then I'd walk in the clubhouse and pick up a cart, and I would play 9 holes. I'd usually play the back 9 because it's my favorite. And I did that for the 6 years or so I was out here, probably 2 or 3 days a week at least, and then I played my Friday group and a Saturday group. So I played a lot of golf, and you know, I'm real thankful for my life and the opportunity to do that. That was all through the 80s and up early 90s until my son was born in 93 and we moved to Austin. And then for 10 years or so, I just didn't play a lot of golf. I played a little bit, but just didn't play a lot until I think 2011 actually is when I joined the Knights of Columbus. And now I'm a golf addict. I just love golf, and I'm back playing at least once or twice a week, and I practice more than that. So, you know, this course really means a lot to me because my life now reminds me of this. This is how much I played golf then in the 80s. Played a lot of golf. If the surf was not good, I was fishing or playing golf. That's what I did. If the surf was good, I went surfing. And so I'm so happy to be back out here on North Shore playing. I've just had a great day, and I'm looking forward to playing this last hole. Then I'm gonna get in the car and drive back to Austin and eat a ribeye. Okay, last drive of the day. See if I can crush one. I crushed it. That was really a good drive. Right down the middle of the fairway. All right, I need to hit a layup down there about 200. Hitting my 4-iron. I haven't hit it today, so just need a good, easy shot down there. Just like that. Perfect. All right, hit a perfect little 4-iron in here. I got 70 yards left to the pin. I'm gonna hit my lob wedge. It's a nice smooth swing. It ought to land there about 2/3 swing or so. I'm gonna hit this right at the pin. Just like that. Stick. Well, I got a bad bounce. Hit a little bit long. Got a little bad bounce, but that was a pretty good shot. I'm on in 3, just past the pin. In 3, I got a little chip back and a putt for par. Let's go see if I can make a par. I have really enjoyed today, that's for sure. Okay, last putt of the day. That was a really good shot up on the green. I thought I was just off the green, but just on the green. This is gonna break to the left a little bit. See if I can make this last putt. I don't think I hit it hard enough. Golly, I just need to hit a little bit harder. Anyway, that's it. 18 holes at North Shore Country Club in Portland, Texas. I have had a wonderful day. I played okay. Hit a few really good shots. Hit a couple of really outstanding shots. Hit a couple of fat shots, a couple of bad shots, a couple of this shots, and a couple of that shots. And made a couple of putts, but I didn't really care today. I just wanted to get back out here and play at my old club. I've had a wonderful time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you down the road. Please like and subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and God bless everyone. Have a great week.